gorgeous. Okay, so this is not some like planned video or teaching video or workout video, as much as I guess you can just call it a diary entry. They say that when you film things and you post them, then that's um, a good way to heal. But I know what other people say about like, don't share too much stuff on the internet. I don't know that this is something you can actually heal from. And this might be surprising to hear from me because I do tend to post a lot about feminine energy on this channel. However, I wish I wasn't feminine. And feminine isn't something that you do, even though I have all these different things about, oh, this is how you do, this is how you live. Basically, in fitness, if you look at a person's body type, a body shape, there's different body shapes of someone. So you can have like an ectomorph, which is thinner. You can have a mesomorph, which is going to be like more muscular. You can have an endomorph. So there's different type of things that's going to be like more curvier, and then you can have different blends of the different body shapes. So some people can be a bit mesomorphic mixed with ectomorphic. If what I'm saying is makes sense. Sorry, I'm a little upset, so it may not be making sense. And so I know I use this analogy with women being like perfumes, but if you look at the energy type of a woman's body, there's some women I'll use Victoria's Secret perfumes as an example. So there's some women and their energy systems is love spell. There are other women and their energy system is pure romance, right? And then there's the bombshell woman. And the fragrance of these women is Victoria's Secret Bombshell. And they have a very Victoria's Secret like bombshell design to their bodies. Well, when I use that, that's an analogy for these women are something that society says that cannot exist. They're 100% feminine energy. And before anyone jumps at me saying, well, what about the feminine and the masculine? I think we have to remember that the divine feminine was all feminine. But, okay, the reason why this is important is that if the shape of woman is feminine, I've learned the hard way, the only way to really protect and survive herself is by being in her feminine, but it comes at a very, very large price. And just me naturally being feminine, I didn't realize that's what people were reacting to. And this goes way deeper than how you're dressing and how you're putting together. So my entire life, women have put me down and they treat me like absolute dirt. And it's not much better with men. And whenever I'm at my most vulnerable, and they go extra ham on it. And a cycle that I keep on repeating, and I don't know why this is even there, is that all, whether it's someone that's like popular, sort of in a group, will like notice my potential and then be wanting to grow my potential. Then they'll have a circle of other people around them that get jealous and that step in, and then I get thrown to the side. So it makes it very hard to trust people. And however, along my journey, I've needed help, and it's also really hard to go through parts of life alone. And I don't want to say like, yes, there have been people there. I have videos of like people that have, so that is true. That is 1,000% true. However, sadly, a lot of times are the same people that have helped me are also the people that throw me away. And repeats over and over and over and over, to the point I'm almost prepared for it. Someone will help me until I get to be too much and then they throw me away. And it's like I can just call out in advance now. And I've kind of like shared little peeks about I have different things kind of going on with my body. And one thing that I've found really traumatic is the experiences of like attending dance classes or like any type of health and fitness thing. And I've learned quickly that situations where I was accepted in as a teacher, as an instructor, I'm not accepted in as a person that needs help, and often like downtrodden in. And it's really painful because a lot of times I'm having to go 20 times further than anyone else in the room. Like this most recent situation, I'm severely, severely disassociated while trying to do stuff. And while trying to do stuff, I don't want to go into the whole nitty gritty of what people, but let's just say, um, and it's kind of like there's this whole push with the body positivity movement, but you soon learn that the body positivity movement, like, isn't reserved for people like me. The body positivity movement is like, oh no, we look like this. Oh no, like we celebrate this. Oh no, it's ownership of this, right? And it's like, wow, I would love to be included in the body positivity movement. There is probably no other group I've been thrown out more than the body positivity movement. Um, Same thing with like girls shielding their guys, being like, oh my goodness, you're gonna steal my boyfriend. I'm not gonna steal your boyfriend. I'm not gonna steal, like, and it's like, I almost don't want anyone to ever notice me, but people notice me and it will be like a leader of a group or whatnot, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, she has a lot of potential. Let's explore. And then they drop me. And it's not even me trying to hand anyone my potential, but it's me being so vulnerable and so broken and being like, I know this is going to probably end badly, but boy, I need help and I don't know what else to do. And it's the same cycle, and it's the same cycle, and it's the same cycle. And I guess this is just the way the world is. And it could also be like punishment for me for ever trying to put myself in someone else's container. But as much as I like laugh at, and I'm like, not laugh at, but I'm like, kind of look down on women are like, oh, well, I just want to be protected, or I just want to have X, Y, and Z. It actually would be nice to have protection. And this, I do have to be hesitant. So if anyone sees this out here and you're trying to capitalize on me, it's like, it's not going to work. I know not to trust people, but it would be nice to meet that person that's like, I don't give a fuck that people see you as too much, or that they treat you a certain way, or that, I mean, it's horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. And yeah, I can say, oh, it's their projections, or it's their fears, or it's their X, Y, and Z, or it's their like thing. But this is the thing, like at this point, I don't even know if I believe in karma, because literally these other people win every single time. I'm out in the cold every single time with my stones all around me, picking them up by myself. And I take the next step on my quiet journey, and I take the next step on my quiet journey. But even though that happens again and again, every step that I make, I still put my entire heart into healing at whatever place that might be. Even though I've gotten hurt 5 times, 10 times, 50 times, because I'm worth it and I just don't know all the answers, even though I feel like I'm supposed to. So I don't even know if this is really a feminine energy channel, but this is never one of these like, oh yeah, let's do this. Can life be beautiful? Yeah. But I've often had to make it beautiful alone. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna say. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a good night. And I always try and leave something positive. So, when you meet someone, just try to be nice to them, right? Regardless of how you might think they look or the aura that you think they might give off, like, you never know what anyone's story is. You never know who this person, like, actually is. So just be nice to that person. And whether it goes wrong or whether it doesn't go wrong, when you meet someone else, like, be nice to that person too. Because when I think about everything that I've been through and I continue to go through, the number one thing that sticks out to me is how completely unnecessary it is. And there's so many parts of life that has a question mark to it or that we like can't control, but at the same time, like, there's no need to be ripping the sheet off of under people's feet as they're trying to stand up or while they're at the crawl. And I guess it feels good for people to do that to other people or to try and keep them smaller. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's like no one holds a lash better than another woman. And so this whole concept, when people talk about like pretty girl privilege, and it's not that I see myself as pretty, I don't see myself as pretty or gorgeous. I'll have moments when I'll be like, oh, okay, but that's just like somewhat recently, but I don't see myself as that. But one thing people will say is that, well, pretty girl privilege doesn't exist because those are often the girls that are treated the worst. Those are often the girls that are, yeah, no, I might even take this part out talking about that whole thing. But yeah, it's just like women and men always see me as a threat is really tiring, especially when you're trying to heal. And it's like I've tried adjusting to people's insecurities. I've tried to keep going forward. But to like do something when you're disassociating and when you're fighting through chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, and I mean, that's not actually what it is, but when you have health issues and other things kind of going on privately in your life, it's like, why in the world do we as society, like, why are we sticking stones in the people with the smallest wheelbarrows? And this isn't to sound like a victim or like a woe is me type of thing, but it's something I keep on seeing over and over and over again with feminine energy, with energy fields. And like life is a style, so I choose to wear high hoop earrings. Life is a style, so I choose to wear eyeliner. But we don't always have to beat the woman that's wearing it.